So, all right, first of all, Adrian and Joel, welcome you guys. So now, in regards to what Jorge was saying, good question. You guys, I wanna see you guys' pretty faces in here. We don't want to be in a dead beat channel, just seeing computer screens. Cameras on. You guys, come say hi. Don't be shy. There we go. Hey, Adrian, how you doing, man?
I'm good, Frank. Nice to meet you.
Nice
It's
to
the first
meet you,
time that
bro.
yeah, it's the first time that I am able to join. So let's see what it's about.
Let's go, man. All right, yeah, we'll do a small recap after what Jorge was saying. So, Joel, nice to have you here, man.
Hey, hey, how are you?
How you doing, bro? Looking doing just fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing good too, thank you.
Nice, nice to love that. All right, so just doing a quick recap to what Jorge was saying. Basically, Jorge has like a specific situation which he has some physical limitations. So he is right now wanting to get more muscle mass. Basically get stronger and all that stuff. He hasn't been working out since several years. So of course, muscles need to get into activity, and especially with certain type of limitations, it becomes secondary issue as well. So basically, right now, what Jorge has been commenting as of recently, he's been having some pain, but it isn't a joint or a ligament or any type of stuff that we don't want. When we do any type of exercise, whether you be running, whether you want to go swimming, whether you're gonna do play football, whether you want to do whatever, golf, whatever, what you just want to have is that muscular pain, that muscular resentment from actually doing an activity. That is fine. That is totally good. But when you get like your ankle, when you get your knee, when you get your elbow in pain, your wrist in pain, that is problematic because that's no bueno. So basically, right now, Jorge has just been feeling some muscular pain. So basically, in specific, like his tricep, which is the back side, which is two
That's right.
thirds of your arm, the triceps, and also the biceps, which is the one at the front, the one that you flex like this. So basically, what he was asking before was whether or not that's something that he should be caring about. And I told him, well, do you have pain in your elbow in here or in your shoulder? He said no, it's only in here. And again, if you only have like this sort of muscular pain, this is a little bit of the lactic acid, a little bit of the damage that you do. So what happens when you do exercise, any type of exercise, for whatever it is, it's endurance, it's strength, it is whatever you want to reach. You're definitely gonna have some of that. And in the end, the muscle, what it does when you rest, it recovers. So that's totally normal, having that, especially in the early stages, whenever you guys are starting any sort of activity, or going too hard or harder than last time, you're definitely going to feel that. So there's not a lot of worry that you should have if you are doing, yourself, not going too ham, definitely not crushing it, but going as hard as you can, basically, with some measure. So again, in summary, what Jorge said is that he's in right now in the safe zone. So all the pain that he has is just muscular pain. It's just from getting back to activity. He asked to get a workout, which, by the way, you guys, I will be uploading some at home workouts that you can do with 5, 10, or 15 minutes of your time each day. That'll help you not only get more mobility, because, let me give you guys a little bit of my background since you haven't been and haven't seen a little bit of this yet. Well, basically, I studied industrial engineering. I worked a lot in project development, in operations. I worked in Amazon Brazil. Também falo português. So, basically, I used to be in a very sedentary position. I was 105 kilograms overweight. Well, not overweight, but waiting. Let me go ahead and actually show you guys one of the reference so I can actually see how I used to look before. And it's crazy because you guys may see someone and may see like, oh yeah, this guy, the change that he did, was just physical. But quite frankly, it's a lot more mental. This whole thing that we're doing, this self-fit space that you guys have as members of Freelance Navigator, and you have complete access to, by the way, and you can message me anytime for if you guys need any help with anything, just let me know. Uh, is basically a space to share all that we have in common and that we want to also get better at. We want to be more active. We want to enjoy more. Like you guys want to make more money. You want to develop your careers. You want to get the dream job. You're going to land more projects. But what are you going to do with all that if you're all, not able to enjoy as much? And if you won't even live as much, why even doing it? There's a reason to that. That's the same thing that I found out myself. So basically, let me share with you guys real quick so you guys get a little bit of a glimpse of how I used to be and look 8 years ago. Let me go ahead and show you. Yeah, this fat nerdy guy over here used to be me. I used to play a lot of games. I used to play World of Warcraft. I used to play League of Legends. I used to play even an MMO called Decron. So, love that stuff. And the geeky stuff, I'm all into that. I don't know if you guys are into games, actually. Let me go ahead and ask you. Adrian, do you play any games, man?
Man, I have a PS5, but actually I don't play a lot, to be honest. But I like to play, EA, FC, sports stuff because I am a sport guy actually.
Oh, sports game. Yo. What sports game do you play, man?
AAFC,
Oh,
NBA 2K,
NBA
mostly.
2K.
Yeah,
Damn, that's crazy, bro. You know what? You're like
but
one of the few that I have seen from Costa Rica that loves that game. Like I work with people in Costa Rica and Mexico and in the US, bro. And yeah, sure, in the US there's a lot more culture for basketball. But bro, here in Costa Rica, it's a whole other thing to find someone that actually enjoys even playing basketball games. And I love basketball, man. Like I used to play basketball back in school. I wasn't on the team or anything, but I enjoyed just grabbing a ball and doing some hoops. Those are
yeah,
things.
yeah. Sometimes I go to hoop, but I'm not very good, but I like it. I like to play soccer also and basketball for sure.
Awesome, man. And you know what? This is actually something that you can actually, I mean, right now, let me ask you real quick. Do you have any set goal yourself? Do you want to like gain more muscle, drop more fat, or get more athletic, whatever it is?
Uh, right now, I mean, I try to keep myself in shape,
No?
but I am stuck like in one weight,
Mm-hmm.
and I just can't, and I just can't go less than that. So
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah. But
Gotcha. Gotcha.
that's it. I mean, I am in the middle, I think, because I am 1 meter 81 centimeters,
Mm-hmm.
and I am 87 kilograms of weight. So
87
I
kilos.
should be a little bit less, But I
Okay.
mean, I look like I don't look like overweight, but
Mhm.
I am a little bit overweight actually.
No, I totally get it, man. Like I've been there myself. And what you are right now, in the position that you're at right now, is basically called a plateau. When you're not able to progress any further. So how do you even break plateaus? Well, it's basically a simple thing of reasoning. Albert Einstein used to say, if you're expecting different kind of results, you got to do different kind of protocols. You can't expect the same doing the same. So what does this translate to? What is this crazy guy with a fucking orange shirt saying? Pardon my French, by the way. Basically, what I'm saying is that, well, there's some habits that you may need to adjust. What habits I'm talking about? You enjoy basketball, so we have a good entry point. We have a good entry point which we can tap into for you to move a lot more. So, what would I personally tell you? Rather than just playing it on the PS5, maybe sometime, go out and do some hoops. I don't know if you have like a basketball court on your nearby area.
Actually, no, but actually, I am playing a little bit more soccer also because I also play soccer or football,
Okay.
whatever you want to call it. So
I
right
call it
now,
football. I'm from yo soy de Costa Rica también, papi. A mí no me digas
okay,
soccer.
okay. Okay, okay. So yes, yes. I also play football, and I have been playing more regular than ever the last year probably.
Yeah.
So I used to play one time per week at least.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes 2 times a week or per week. And basketball, I am not playing because that's the reason that you said that nobody likes basketball. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard to find basketball partners. But it's more easier to find as a football partner. So right now I am playing what time once in a week with
Mm-hmm.
soccer or football, and that's it. But yeah, but I try to do something. That's for sure, man.
Okay. Okay. But again, here's the thing. Let me tell you guys something that you probably have noticed. Like, whenever you're trying to do something, or whenever you say, I'm trying to, or I'm getting there, or I'm just, doing some stuff, the very words that you use to describe something are the meaning and the action that you give to it. If you don't have the certainty to say, I am doing something instead of I am trying to, it's because, quite frankly, you're not really doing it. And that has been me myself. I've been in that position where I just say, "Oh, I'm trying to do something, something," and that's not, to take a hit on you, Adrian, because that also was me, bro. And that's also all of the clients that I work with, man. Like, as soon as I get someone into the program that I do and the online fitness coaching that I do, I can see all those patterns repeat each and every single time. There's not going to be an exception, man. So, what actionable items can I give you right now? What value can I give you right now? For example, something that would be quite useful for you is to have a quick workout that you can do yourself, in like early in the morning, 5, 15, 10 minutes of resistance training 3 times a week, just that. And you pair that with some adjustments. What adjustments would I tell you? For example, early in the morning, I don't know if you eat gallo pinto with eggs usually. What do you eat usually on breakfast?
On breakfast, usually I eat an gallo pinto, but maybe just 2 or 3 times a week. The other day,
Okay.
it could be bread with coffee and something else. But eggs almost all the day, every day. That's
Mm-hmm.
for sure. And
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's it. I mean, sometimes my wife prepared pancakes and something like
Okay.
that. But I try to don't abuse.
Yeah, no, no. I can tell, man. Like, I love carbs too. Basically like the gallo pinto, the pancakes, the rice, the bread, all that stuff. That's basically carbohydrates. The eggs, the meat, the milk, depending on the amount of fat, it's the protein, and the fats are, well, part of the milk, part of the eggs, and butter, oil, all that stuff. So, what would be an actionable item for you? Would be, in this case, lowering the amount of gallo pinto, lowering the amount of rice, lowering the amount of bread, but not just lowering it, because a lot of people love to tell you, yo, just reduce your flours, harinas. That's how they tell you, basically. And what ends up happening? You are fucking starving because you're eating less. So that's not pleasurable at all. That's hell. You don't want that. So what you want to do is basically replace that amount of food, of carbs that you're not eating, with some protein. What does this mean? Instead of eating 2 eggs, I would personally recommend you eat 3. And here's the catch. A lot of mothers, grandmothers, and overall women and some men love to tell you, buddy, if you eat a lot of eggs, you're gonna get a lot of cholesterol, you're gonna have a heart attack, and you're gonna die. I guess what science actually says. And you can check that out. Don't even listen to me. That's bullshit. That's totally bullshit. What ends up affecting the level of cholesterol, it's the other type of behaviors that you have, even your physical activity. So what would I tell you again? Lower down the amount of pancakes, the amount of gallo pinto, and eat one more egg, basically. If you're eating some pancakes, you can go ahead and mix the eggs with the pancake and make some, fluffier pancakes, or you can make some French toast. I don't know if you like those, but you could do French toast. And what that ends up doing, it gives you variety. So you're not always eating, salty eggs. And a lot of people don't like eggs too much. So we gotta work with them and give them options. So that's another thing that you can be doing. And now for lunch and dinner, Basically the same thing. Reduce the amount of rice, reduce the amount of bread, reduce the amount of, puré de papa, like mashed potatoes, all that stuff, and increase just a little bit the amount of meat, the amount of tuna, the amount of protein that you're eating. If you're not eating any protein whatsoever, you are messing up big time, because not only do you not have the building blocks for your muscles, but you're also not providing yourself with the macronutrient that fills you out the most. Like, let me just give a brief explanation of why I'm telling you guys this. There's three macronutrients. There's protein, there's fats, and there's carbohydrates. If you put 100 calories of protein against 100 calories of fat against 100 calories of carbs, the one that will fill you up the most is protein. So, protein. The one that will fill you up the second most will be fats. And the one that will fill you up the least is carbohydrates. So guess what happens? Whenever you try to fill yourself up, by the way, what's up, Jonathan? How you doing, man? Nice to have you here, bro. So yeah, whenever you try to fill you up yourself with carbohydrates, that's the snacks, the little toasty stuff, whatever type of snacks or some bread, you end up eating a lot more calories than you should. So what happens in the end? It's all calories in, calories out. 3,500 calories is 1 pound of body fat. So that's basically half a kilo, around half a kilo. So 3,500 calories that you eat, 2,500 by the way, during the week will set you up in the scale higher. You might not be messing up by a bit. You might be, just messing up by a bit, but even that will keep you in the same weight, bro. That is why you also got to look at what you eat on a weekly basis. Don't just say, oh man, I messed up Monday. Now my week is gone. It shouldn't be like that. Like, make some adjustments throughout the week. If you're able to make some adjustments throughout the week, you have a lot more breathing room, right? Than if it were just one day. Because if you messed up one day, you'd be gone. And then you get into depression. You'd be getting into the deception that you feel because you failed. That happens. And that happened to me on my process as well. So that's basically the action items that I can give you. I will be uploading some 5, 10, 15 minutes workouts to a classroom in the Freelance Navigator school, by the way. I will let you guys know. I'll make an announcement there. So you guys have something actionable that you can do at home with no equipment. So just so you guys know. So Adrian, do you have any other questions, man, that you want to go over?
No. Maybe the next time I will practice some of the tips that you told me, and let's see, because I was trying to find some motivation, and this is one, of
Mm-hmm.
course, because somebody that is pulling you out to reach your goals, it's gonna work for sure. So I will keep you posted in the advances that I have.
Let's go, man. Hey, love that. Joel, your time, man. So I want to ask you, real simple. Like right now, do you have like any sort of goal, personal goal yourself? Like you want to improve your performance at, athleticism? You want to like lose fat, gain muscle, or do you not have like any specific goal that you've thought of?
No, I do want to lose fat because yeah, I feel that like I'm like gaining a lot of fat.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I want to gain muscle in the process, and and yeah, I think that that will be like my what I want now.
Hmm.
Uh, Yep. And
Okay.
also, I do have like a machine
Okay.
there that I bought, but I'm not using it. It's like a all functional machine that I can do like uh, back, chest, and a lot of things. I'm not using that. So
Oh, so basically, let me go ahead and quick check, share with you guys. Give me 1 second. So basically, like home gym machine. Let me share with you guys real quick. Bum, 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 bum. Share my screen. Share. Okay, so basically something like this, like an all-in-one, like one of these, right?
yeah, let me see. Like yeah,
Okay.
the first one is the same. That one.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like let me tell you, like if you have this, there's a lot of stuff you can do, and you're even more blessed than you may think otherwise you are. But let me go ahead and also tell you something. Like you could have a full-blown home gym, bro. I work with people. I work with CEOs from the US that literally had the access to buy a complete home gym, and some even did, but they weren't working out. Why? It's not about having it, it's about using it.
Yeah,
How many people do you know have some stuff in their attic? Well, attic in the US, in their, back rooms and everything, in their storage room, and they never use it. A lot of people, bro, because you gotta get into the habits. But
yeah.
what can you do? So, what actionable items can you do? First of all, I want to ask you, what do you find is the biggest struggle that you have?
I think there's no struggle. Maybe like time, but that's not a struggle. I just have to like to set
Okay.
the goals and to set the right time to do everything. And maybe sometimes I'm like lost on
Mm-hmm.
what to do, like to do like a good how do you say it?
Workout.
Routine? Yeah,
Yeah.
routine. Yeah, maybe that is like my biggest issue because I'm like sometimes lost on what is how to begin on that.
Totally understandable, man. It can be quite overwhelming. Like me myself, when I started, I was completely lost. That's why I personally hired a coach as well and a mentor. Um, and going to the gym was me for the first time was like pretty overwhelming. I went one day and then I didn't go for the next 2 weeks because I just felt like the pressure was too much, bro. There was social anxiety. Like you guys see me right now, all fired up, all energetic, but that wasn't me, man. Like I used to be this 220-pound plus fat nerdy guy that was all socially awkward, and I had to go through a lot of fucking shit to be where I'm at right now. But what I discovered with that is that habits and building them up is the best way to have it be as frictionless as possible. So, for your case, what can I tell you? I mean, right now, I can go ahead and give you guys, like I said, I will upload 5, 10, and 15-minute workouts that you guys can do at home to the Freelance Navigator School, so that you guys can go ahead and do them. And yeah, basically, that will be of help for you. But what would I tell you, Joel? I will tell you start with the 5 minute one. Don't say, oh, 5 minutes, that's nothing. I want to do the 15 minutes. You want to know why? Because that's the same mistake that the people that say, oh, it's New Year, new me. Let me go to the gym. Let me go 5 times a week. Let me do the hardest workout I can. And then February comes, and where do you see them? Well, not in the gym, of course, because they're fucking gone. That's what happens, man, because
Yeah.
you're setting yourself for failure by having unrealistic expectations, by thinking that discipline is something that is just built overnight. It's clearly not like that. In my case, at least, it wasn't like that. With all the clients that I work with, it clearly wasn't like that. I don't know if you guys know him, but David Goggins, in his case, it wasn't like that as well. So why would you think it would be otherwise for you? So what can you do about it? Very simple. Start with a 5 minute one, man. 3 times a week. Do the first week, do the second week. If you find yourself to have a little bit more time or find it to be a little bit easier, go ahead and do the 10-minute one. Do the 10-minute one, do the 15-minute one, and then increase it. Just double it. Do it twice. And then you build yourself up. You can't have a foundation like, for example, the tallest, I believe it's still the tallest building in the world. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Burj Khalifa
Mm.
in Dubai, which is the tallest building of the world, like Dubai is a fucking sand desert. They need to build some really solid basis for a building like that to even get up, to even be lifted up. So what did they do? Real simple. They had to build the strongest bases they could. It's the same thing with this. You got to build on top of that layer by layer. Don't expect to get from point A to point B day one, because even Rome wasn't built in a day. That's what I can tell you in this regard. So just go progressively, man. Have a set of records that you can track your own habits, that you can set up so that you, for example, Jonathan Fowler, he even made a board of his habits. He like he's making some really good progress right now because of that, because of tracking that, because of being aware of that, because of keeping himself accountable. That is all added value that will always help you out more, man. So Joel, basically that's something that I would tell you to do. Start little. Don't rush it.
Okay.
Don't try to eat the world, man. Just go little by little and you will fucking conquer.
I will. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Pressure, bro. By the way, you guys, here's also Jonathan Sandoval. Seems like he's way too shy, but he's also a coach at Selfit. Pardon him for his shyness. Jonathan, do you have your camera available? Let me go ahead and check. Oh, I think he's eating. Damn. Give me 1 second, guys. Technical difficulties. We'll be back in 1 second. Jonathan, can you hear me? All right, he might be gone. So Jonathan Fowler, how you doing, man? How's it going?
Hey guys, how everybody going? Doing fine, great. Actually, just coming from doing my exercise in the gym and doing 30-minute session every day, 3 days a week, and yeah, that's I feel that that's more than fine. 30 minutes for now. I'm not excessive like going hours or something like
Mhm.
that. And I try to take like uh, mm, uh one every day. So one day
Mhm.
yes, one day no, one day yes, one day no. So that helped with like not getting tired too fast, but
Mhm.
instead making a slow routine, a small routine, and just be consistent with that.
That's exactly how it is done, man. Like you are getting a hold on the picture, on the bigger picture. You're not rushing it. You are going along the way. You're going at your own pace. This is not a race. This is a marathon. You don't want to just rush the first kilometer and then be all tired for the rest of the race, man. You want to take it easy. You want to have a steady advancement. You want to have steady steps, steady pace, and that will assure that you get those results. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. 30 minutes more than fine. And what you can do is when 30 minutes gets a lot easier and you just like, oh man, 30 minutes already happened? Damn, this is short. When that time comes, this is probably the time where you may say, okay, maybe 45 minutes.
Yep,
That's
that's the idea.
basically, yeah, that's basically what I tell you. Build on top of that you have, but be sure first that that floor is solid, because otherwise, the building will just get completely destroyed, like if it were a fucking Jenga. Uh, so yeah, great to hear that, you guys. And I mean, right now, this was a very quick meeting that we had over here. I don't know if you guys have any other further questions in this regard for this week, which, by the way, just as a recap, we will be adding some 5, 10, and 15-minute at home, no equipment workouts.
Will you recommend me maybe this workout that you're sending that is like 10, 15 minutes, maybe do it on those days that I'm resting the gym, to do it, or maybe to do, like to add it to the gym routine that I'm already doing, or maybe it's not necessary.
So here's the thing: the human body is a lot more resistant than you may think it is, but we also don't want to aim for getting, burnt, basically. Uh,
Yep.
what would I tell you with this? If you are starting your days with a workout and you feel that the workout is actually, adding value and you feel a lot more energetic after it, go ahead and do it, man. By all means, I recommend you do it because they are not really that hard. They have progressive levels, and it's something that you can just do on your own. But if you feel that that will even become a psychological chore, because that's also another factor. Whenever you have this pressure that's saying, "Oh man, I'm not doing this, and I should be doing it. I'm not doing this." Whenever you have that pressure, it becomes a race against your own sanity. So if it's something that is taking your peace away, up to you, man. So that's what I would recommend. I would recommend, sure, you do them, and you just go ahead and do them as early as possible to get them out of your head and not have it say, "Oh, I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it. I haven't done it." And it's 10 a.m. You go to sleep and you never did it, and it becomes uh, another thing you said that you were gonna do. Because let me tell you guys one thing that you will definitely notice if you haven't yet noticed. Whenever you say you are gonna do something and you actually do it, you can even feel it. How your self respect increases. How you all of a sudden tolerate less bullshit. How you all of a sudden become, well, we're all men here, so men of duty, men of respect. And that starts to permeate, and people can see that. So definitely set yourself realistic expectations. Know what you can do and do it. That's it. That's basically it. So my recommendation, Jonathan, do it. I would say do it. You could even do the 5 or 10 or 15 minutes that we're gonna be uploading it through this week, by the way. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if you guys have any other questions, any other concerns.
I'm good, Frank. Maybe next week I would like to share my
Definitely.
specific case. My specific case because I have a goal. Actually, I was thinking, but I would like to bring to the table this thing more,
Mhm.
more accurate, more, to take a time to formulate the thing and bring the next week. Do you agree?
All right. I'm more than fine with that, man. It's Tuesdays, each and every time, 7 p.m. Costa Rica time. All right, you guys. Thank you for coming to the weekly Self Fit group call. You guys take good care. Take it easy.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye,
Thank you. Bye bye.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.